Two cool bros tooting each other's horns.
We the best!
The last team that we wanted to talk about today was Philly. So
yes, Philly.
I'll start with my thoughts on Philly. And we did just find out today that Embiid has an orbital bone fracture and possible concussion, and he's out indefinitely. So he might be missing the entire second round, which is going to definitely transform this playoff run.
Just a note on that. I was reading on Twitter, and this just came out, so this will obviously change. But it sounds like he might avoid surgery, which could speed up the recovery some, but it's still going to take rest. And there's something, on average, players have missed something like 22 days off this type of injury. But again, there's a wide range based on, it's basically, are any of the bones displaced or anything like that? You know, the varying degrees of it. So maybe he could be back in a week or so. Maybe it'll be 3 weeks plus. I mean,
is this that injury where the guys can wear the masks to help?
He's going to have to wear a mask when he comes back, yeah.
Yeah.
But he still will have to rest them before, and there's going to be a risk of re-injuring it too.
Yeah.
He actually got this exact same injury a few years back on his other eye. Same type of fracture and a concussion. And I think he missed 22 days that time.
Interesting.
Most of that was regular season, but he did miss 2 playoff games, I believe. Something along those lines. So maybe it would have come back quicker if it had been all playoff, but that's just kind of a time range. We could be looking at 3 weeks easily. Best case, maybe a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really another blow. But go ahead and keep going into your notes.
So I mean, that's definitely something that changes the landscape a little bit here. But my big question, and I think this is most NBA fans' biggest question with this team, is can James Harden actually win in the playoffs? And he's definitely going to have to prove it. Now that Embiid is out, he is going to have to shoulder the load. Or, is he just the quintessential stat-stuffing regular season player? He hasn't made the finals as an alpha, right? He made it with the Thunder as the third wheel, but he hasn't done it by himself. So I think that was the biggest question for me going into this playoffs, because I think Embiid is still at a point where I don't think anything is really on the line for his legacy. Like, he's done enough at this point in his career to he has more chances, and he's definitely shouldered the load on the team and gotten them to he's played at an MVP level this year.
Right.
So I don't have any questions about him.
Even the injury, you can't really say this is a case of him being injury prone.
Right.
The guy took an elbow to the face. I mean,
yeah.
That's not injury prone or not. You can blame the coach. You can blame Doc Rivers for having him in up 30 with 4 minutes to go. That's why you don't risk your guys in a situation like that.
Maybe that's another question for this team. Is Doc Rivers the guy? Do they need to move on from him?
Right. And I think, but yeah, I'm with you on Embiid. It's hard to say that his legacy is going to take a hit either way. He's had a great season. Really unlucky injury here. So I don't think you can knock him for that. But with Harden, like you're saying, can he step up? Does he have it left? His numbers have been terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, not terrible. No, it's a little harsh, but
terrible
compared to where he was, where he's maybe the best offensive player in the league, certainly the best scorer. But he's at a point where so he averages 21 points a game with Philly. 48.3 effective field goal percentage in over 21 games. That's a small sample, but that's the lowest in his career, including his rookie season. Even if you include Brooklyn, it goes up to 48.5 and 22 points per game. So his scoring has just fallen off a cliff. Now, I will give him credit that his playmaking and his work as actual point guard might be some of the best of his career. He's not turning the ball over. Turnovers per 100 possessions are lowest since he became a starter. His assists are good. He is getting people looks, but that's not going to be enough on this team without Embiid.
Yeah.
They're going to need him to be the Harden that gets you 35, and 12 assists. You know, he can't be scoring 20 with 12 assists without Embiid. So it'll be this thing where, does he have that extra notch? I don't think he does, based on everything we've seen so far. But this is also for him, this is his chance, all right? If he can beast and carry them until Embiid gets back and they go on a run, it changes everything, all the dialogue around him. But if he can't do it, it plays right into the hand of, this is a guy who's had superstar teammates everywhere he goes. You know, Chris Paul, KD, Westbrook, Embiid, all these guys. Like, he's had a lot of great teams and great chances. So if he loses here again, it's going to be another case of, all right, Harden will get you a lot of points and it'll look great on the stat sheet, and then you'll lose in the playoffs.
I don't like to toot my own horn, but cut that.